everyone, my name's Bronte and I actually have 2 weeks left of my Masters of Public Health. So I've been in a really amazing position to wrap up my 6 years of study while doing the Wattle Fellowship. It's enabled me to combine my passions, It's enabled me to combine my passion for health equity and climate justice, and it's positioned me to take my next step, whatever that looks like, with a sense of purpose. And that sense of purpose is something I've been searching for a while. Before public health, I studied a Bachelor of Biomedicine at the University of Melbourne, and I majored in neuroscience. I chose that course because I was really interested in human biology, but it turns out I'm actually more interested in humanity. The further I went along, I felt like I was drowning in a sea of endless content that seemed to make less and less sense. And it was because the information was disconnected from the issues that I care about. It wasn't until I went to a global health conference in 2019 and I heard a keynote speech about One Health that I felt like I had a place, and it led me towards public health. Public health is essentially the idea of zooming out and looking at health beyond the individual. It acknowledges that we do not exist in a vacuum, but rather a deeply complex tapestry of social, cultural, environmental, and commercial influences beyond our biology. But the problem is, at least if you're me, once you start zooming out, you can't stop. And you get to a point where you see these patterns of exploitation and extraction over and over and over again, and the mountain of inequity seems pretty insurmountable. A lot of the health issues we face today are deeply rooted in the way that our society functions and the way that our society is structured. We crave infinite growth within finite resources. We see ourselves as not only separate from the environment, but above it, and we value certain types of knowledge over others. That's enough to make anyone feel like a tiny drop in the ocean, but if there's anything I've learned through Wattle, it's that even one drop can generate ripples. I just had to work out what my piece of the puzzle was. And it's this. When we think about sustainability, we think about the planet. But when we think about health, we think about ourselves. Yet these two things are inextricably linked and interdependent. And to get out of this mess that we're in, we have to challenge the ways of thinking that got us into the mess in the first place. And that starts with how we define health. So back in 2019, I was introduced to One Health, and now I'm passing it on to you. One Health is a model which acknowledges the interconnectedness of all life across human, animal, and environmental domains. It's often represented as a Venn diagram as so. It's a really useful scoping framework because you can see those overlapping sections and think about an issue more deeply. It can help de-silo the way that we design policy and programs to bring people together from different disciplines towards shared goals. It emphasises the importance of local context and local knowledge, and perhaps most crucially, it offers an avenue to start some really critical discussions about the ongoing ripples of colonisation, which, as you can probably tell, I'm pretty passionate about. Because if you think about it, One Health is essentially a repackaged version of Indigenous worldviews in a way that is perhaps a little bit more palatable to our dominant institutions. And that in itself is worth reflecting on and unpacking whenever it is used. One Health is often spoken about in hypotheticals and theories, but what I'm passionate about is translating that into tangible actions. So my action project has been piloting One Health in different public health settings in order to develop a roadmap for wider implementation. We don't have enough time to discuss all the details, so I hope you'll come say hi later. But thank you for listening, and it means so much to see so many faces supporting us. Thank you.